Don't lose the hope. Start doing stuff. Today, actually, we're doing a little education/motivational video because I think it's super important to us, besides educate you guys on what chronic is and how we can overcome chronic conditions, but also to motivate you the right way and really for allowing you to find that motivation within to make a difference, to make a change. And I really like the story that this young man has, and I would like you to hear it because I hope it's going to motivate some of you to make a difference, make a change in your life as well. So
I got injured in 1987 in the gym. I broke my tib fib, went to the hospital, had surgery, and then was supposed to do therapy. At the time, I did not do the therapy. So the right knee got progressively more and more stiff over the years, but I was too busy with life and I didn't pay attention to it. It was just something that was always in the background. It's gotten more stiff as I've gotten older. I've seen orthopedic surgeons who are of no help. They just basically said lose weight or something like that. Others prescribe PRP treatment, stem cells. None of it seemed to work. And then I came...
temporal relief though, right?
Temporary, yeah. But I needed something more than that, and then I came to Rebalance here in Manhattan after I moved back here, and I spoke to Dr. Lipnitsky, and we started a whole different approach.
Well, that was very short, but I think what I really would like to hear that, and the viewers, hopefully, that at 64, your goal in life, when you came in, I love to know your goals, because I think that's the first step to success. And I loved your goal because you said, I want to dance, right? So you would then taking some dance lessons because you felt that that's where your heart is, right? But your chronic condition or your disability didn't allow you to do what you really was desired to do.
Correct.
Right? So your primary goal was to restore or to enhance that ability so you can do makes you happy.
Yeah. I always liked taking dance classes, but I hadn't done it for a long time. When I came back to New York early this year, I went to a big dance studio in Manhattan, surrounded by people half my age, and I felt able for it. I felt like it had the energy and all the rest of it, but I was really limited by the knee, by the right knee, how stiff it was. My goal was to kind of make it more flexible and be able to participate more in the dance classes.
In your case, it was a knee. In somebody else's case, might be an ankle, a hip, a lower back, whatever it is that limits your ability to do what you really are passionate about. In this particular case, due to the old injury, due to the surgery, due to the years of compensation you have put on that knee and then the rest of your body as well, you have developed a lot of scar tissue that was fixating your patella. The kneecap was not moving well at all. And without movement of a kneecap and without a flexibility of your tendons and muscles of your quadricep muscle here on the top, you just didn't have an ability to flex and extend fully. That's what was your limitation. And just to briefly elaborate on the treatment, we used primarily shockwave, of course, as well as some manual therapy, some trigenics, which is re-educational, and then the exercise routine. Now, the exercise can be very different, and you've had tons of physical therapy done in the past. You know, you can elaborate on the fact that some of the exercises are very general, and they're not pinpointing to a problem area. They're not re-educational for the body. And I like the exercise that are, number one, functional, meaning exercise you do in everyday's life, the movements that you go through in everyday's life. And number two, they re-educational for the body. So they retraining a specific task that your body have lost along the way as it was compensating to a particular problem. And that's what was wrong with your knee. But what I really would like to emphasize that we cannot do this exercise for you. We can change the physical component, we cannot change the functional component. And every chronic condition has two. It has a physical problem and it has a functional problem. And yes, physical, that's something that's limiting you from being able to restore the function, and that's where the skilled physician comes in to fix it. But there's a functional component which we can only train you to do so or teach you how to step by step to approach the functional component, but then it's really about you. And what I really admire in the way you took it, and again, it came from your desire to go back to the lifestyle you would like to have for yourself. But so is a lot of people, but mentally they're not ready for that. They're not ready to take charge and spend time for themselves, on themselves, and really go through the steps necessary to make the changes, right? And you did. Now, it's been plus minus 2 months.
Yeah,
maybe a little less, right? And we came from the inability to go beyond, I would say, like 90 degrees, maybe 100 degrees, to practical full flexion. Even a month ago, there was a challenge of kneeling and going into a sumo sit, right? So going into this sit. And now you practically doing it, on daily routine. And right now we're working on strengthening other muscles to get back into more dynamic dancing. And you can elaborate on that. Now you actually got inspired and you went out and you got yourself a better gym membership and a personal trainer. And but I just want you to reflect on, that success. Maybe it's not a huge success, but for you it's a big thing. How it changes your perspective on life and mood in general. Because when you're finally able to do something you desire to do, I think for me it's the most empowering thing.
Yes, I would say there's two components to this. There's definitely a sense of elation when a chronic injury, in my case of 34 years, starts to get better based on the treatment. The next thing is, and I enjoy it, more flexibility, more movement. The next thing that comes with that is the goal line is moved a little bit. You start thinking in terms of, well, now that I have this extra flexibility and I can move better, what else can I do? So it opens up a lot of possibilities. And inevitably, the next thing after the knee got unlocked, to use a layman's language, was to get a trainer and start working with a trainer to free up, other parts of the body. Because I didn't realize, all I knew I had was an injury. I didn't realize about compensation. I didn't realize that this injury affected all the surrounding tissues, the way I move, stand, everything like that. So that has to be addressed too. Now I'm in the kind of a rebuilding phase, and it's quite exciting.
As you see, it's all about you taking charge and setting up the goal, and the desire has to come forward. It's not just in your mind. You need to do something about it, and don't lose the faith. I know sometimes you go from doctor to doctor and hearing the same story all over again, and just look for somebody else who can hopefully give you more function, but don't lose the hope. Chronic doesn't mean forever. You can find a way out of it and get to your final destination, your final goal. So start doing stuff. Thank you.
All right.